Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, Assembly, for allowing this most relevant debate on the need to find a political solution to the crisis in Catalonia. And I want to thank my colleague André Juncker for what I consider as the most balanced introduction of this debate. Mr. President, I think many of us were really shocked when we saw this unexpected, brutal, violent reaction of the Spanish authorities towards citizens of Spain who are exercising a democratic right given to them by the Constitution and the rules of the autonomous community of Catalonia. This is not something that we want to see in any of our member states. Not in Spain, not in the Netherlands, not in Russia, and not in Turkey. We have learned that the argument of the Spanish authorities for this excessive use of violence against its own citizens was that the referendum was unconstitutional. It's not up to us, not up to my group, not up to the Assembly to decide on that. That's up to the institutions of the democracy in Spain. But you do then not have to de facto block the possibility of people to cast their democratic vote. It was enough that the government said, we will not accept the result of this referendum. Everything would be clear, we would have had the result, and we could have continued the debate. André Juncker recalled that it is now 40 years ago that Spain acceded to the Council of Europe. And I was in Spain, and it was celebrated in Spain. The accession to the Council of Europe meant the accession to the European Convention on Human Rights. After so many years of Francoism, authoritarian fascist rule, for the people of Spain, they entered into the democratic space. That is a great moment. And then it's bad that in that same year you see that the government reacts with so much useless violence to people exercising a right that is given them and that it has to be protected by our Convention on Human Rights. I hope that we will see in the near future no more violence, not police violence, but also I do not think the violence of Spain to use Article 155 of the Constitution to take away all the powers in Catalonia. That doesn't make sense. I hope more for some wisdom. I think it was wise on Monday that the Catalonian authorities decided not to immediately call for independence. And I'm happy that I now see that Prime Minister Rajoy, also opposition representative Mr. Sanchez, now call for at least a debate on the possibility of amending the Constitution. After 40 years, that is not a strange question. I totally agree with what André Juncker said in his last remarks. Violence cannot be a solution in any Council of Europe member state. I call for this organization to offer all its good services to Spain, to our member state, and André mentioned several of them. I also would say that this Assembly has to closely follow what is happening in Spain and has to offer its good services to the citizens and the authorities in Spain. Thank you very much.